Good morning, folks. Welcome to the not so sunny central coast of New South Wales, where today we are talking about the new Jaecoo J7 with the new super hybrid system, which is currently landing in New Zealand dealerships. So the unique thing about the Jaecoo J7 super hybrid is that it can run as a battery electric car, it can run as a hybrid car, and it can also run as a petrol car. The unique feature of the J7 super hybrid system is it has a combined range of 1,200 kilometres. So technically speaking, you could almost drive from Auckland to Wellington and back again. The battery electric range of this vehicle is 106 kilometres. Now we're just going to do a little walk around and I'm going to show you some unique features of the J7. So first of all, and most importantly of all, is the plug, and it has combined charging. Most importantly for a family car, it has 500 litres of boot space and the all-important electric tailgate. Naturally, being a Chinese car, it has flush door handles, which seem to be in vogue amongst the brands. So there's some minor differences in the cabin of the super hybrid in comparison to the ICE car. The gear selector is here on the right and the washer and indicator stalk is here on the left, and that frees up the central space for phone chargers. Also, there's a much more conservative treatment on the door card. Some might argue that it looks a bit plain, but I actually prefer it to the a little bit more esoteric finish of the ICE vehicle. So there's plenty of room here in the back seat. I'm 5'7" in old money, and I can sit comfortably behind myself. We've got a lovely moonroof, which will keep the kids amused. We've got a USB-C and a USB-A port, and we've also got climate air conditioning into the back of the cabin. So what do we like about the J7 super hybrid system over a conventional engine? Well, it's very, very smooth. I mean, you might have just heard the petrol engine in generate mode. So the J7's super hybrid system gives you, three powertrains in one. You've got the battery electric, you've got the hybrid, and then over 80 kilometers per hour, the petrol engine will sometimes kick in and give you much needed assistance at motorway speeds. Fundamentally, you can just drive this in hybrid mode, as we said earlier, for around 1,200 kilometers. So it's got what feels like quite light steering, but that can be adjusted through the touchscreen. You can also adjust the levels of brake regeneration from non-existent to quite firm. The brake pedal itself is quite sensitive, but like old Citroens, you have to caress it gently, otherwise you might send your passenger flying through the front windscreen. They're really quite sensitive. Ride quality on these 19-inch tyres is pretty good. We're on an Australian back road on the New South Wales Central Coast, and you can hear a little bit of tyre roar through the cabin. It's not anything to get upset about. In fact, it's fairly standard, so I expect on New Zealand roads it will be much the same. So overall, I've got to say that the J7 Super Hybrid is a very good package for the price point of basically 50 grand. You get a lot of tech, you get a lot of spec, and you get a lot of economy. 1,200 kilometers for a tank of gas is pretty good in my book. For a front-wheel drive car, it turns in really nicely. The ride on the 19-inch wheels is, fairly decent, even on some, pretty gnarly roads. Tyre roar is quite minimal. Really impressed by that. This car would certainly be a very comfortable travelling companion for long distance journeys. The other nice feature that the kids will love is this panoramic glass roof. We've opened it so you know, you can get a bit more light in the cabin and you can see me a bit more clearly, but it's a nice feature and I'm sure the kids will love it. The other thing I want to talk about is the advanced driver assistance systems. Now, some vehicles, they're fairly intrusive. This one, it's not. I'm really impressed that, the driver assist is there, but it's very subtle, and it just, comes in occasionally just to remind you to stay within your lane, but it doesn't jerk, it doesn't jerk the steering wheel. It's really subtle, and that's great. That's what they should be. Thank you for watching, folks. That's all for today, and like and subscribe.